Okay, welcome back to King Online Trading School. If this is the first time you'll be watching any of our video, make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to activate the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. And do not forget to share this and leave a like as well. All right, so congratulations to those who have been following our analysis for the past some times based on this strategy, and the last few weeks has been really amazing. And the analysis we did last week was really amazing. Very well over 90% of those signals played out accordingly. And we also advise that you guys should focus more on the JPY and Euro pairs. And believe me, all of these pairs has played out excellently well. And we also have some amazing setup for you guys this week. Okay, so those who are watching this for the first time, remember to subscribe. And for those who are watching this for the first time, what you are looking right in front of you is called the King strategy. This is the combination of moving averages, stochastic, and RSI. Okay, and if you really want to learn more about this strategy, make sure you watch this video to the end, because there is going to be a link at the end of this video where you can click to watch the video to learn more on how to set up the parameters and the trading conditions. All right, and take note that this strategy has well over 75% win rate if you trade it according to the rules. Okay, so all right, and we also have a video on the sniper entry where you can take small pips, like between 5 pips to 15 pips, to get bigger reward. So we also have a video on that based on this strategy. So feel free to explore. Just type in King strategy sniper entry. Okay, so let's dive into this week analysis. So this week is this analysis is between Monday, October 11th to Friday, October 15th, 2021. Monday, October 11th to Friday, 15th of October, 2021. Okay, so I have a lot of pairs to share with you guys today. So the first pair I'm going to be looking at is AUD-USD. AUD-USD played out excellently well during this past week, and it played out exactly as we analyzed it. Okay, so based on this analysis, we'll be taking our trade based on entering our trade based on H1, and we'll be using 4 hours as a filter time frame. Okay, filter time frame in the sense that the higher time frame tells us the direction we should follow. And of course, we are going to be analyzing from from weekly down to H1. Okay, so based on H1 and H4, AUD-USD is currently buy bias. Okay, and when we come to the weekly last week we analyzed that this pair should push up, and you can see the weekly candle did exactly what we analyzed. Okay, so for this week we're expecting AUD-USD to come up to where we have this resistance. Let's change this to yellow. Where we have the yellow resistance at 0.7604. Okay, so that is going to be our weekly target, because we're expecting some more move to happen right on this pair. Okay, and our daily target, we see the daily candle close with an indecision candle, but with a green body. So we should expect more upside on AUD-USD to the blue resistance at 0.7476. Okay, so that is where we are expecting AUD-USD to pull also. So this is going to be our daily target, while the yellow resistance is our weekly target. Okay, So with that in mind, we have to wait for a pullback on lower time frame. On our entry time frame, we wait for a pullback, and on its way up, catch the buy entry, okay? And the first profit is going to be towards the blue resistance. And if this level get broken, we'll catch the next resistance as our target for the week, okay? So this is going to be a good trade for us to look out for, okay? AUD USD, look out for a buy trade. Look to buy AUD USD. Next one we'll talk about is AUD Swiss franc. AUD Swiss franc, according to H1 and 4, this is currently buy bias. So coming to the weekly candle, we see this close. You see the weekly candle closed in green. So this gives us more assurance that we should expect more upside. All right, as we have seen that this has broken some resistance right here. So we should expect AUD Swiss franc to pull up to where we have the yellow resistance at 0.6971. Okay, that's going to be with the weekly target for AUD Swiss franc. So the daily candle, we see this gave us ended in green. Okay, so we should expect more upside on this. And the previous day candle ended in bullish engulfing candlestick. So the rejection on this one is more or less like a retest to this. So we should expect more upside on the AUD Swiss franc. And we've seen the daily has broken the resistance. We've seen a resistance be broken right here by the daily. So we should expect more upside. So we should expect AUD Swiss franc to pull up to where we have this yellow resistance. This is going to be the weekly target, all right? So we should expect more upside on AUD Swiss franc. So we've seen the cross between the 5 and 12 moving average. Once the cross to the upside happens, it's going to be a good one to pick the entry, and you can take part of your profits at this blue resistance, okay? And the daily and the weekly resistance is located at this yellow resistance. So that's going to be our weekly target. So AUD Swiss franc, another good trade to look out for a buy, all right? AUD JPY, we've seen JPY has been extremely weak in the last 2 weeks or so. So this, we still expect more weakness on JPYs. So we still expect more weakness on JPY. So based on H1 and 4 on AUD JPY, you see this is currently buy bias. So coming to the weekly, we see the weekly, it presented a huge candle, but this is currently sitting at a major resistance. But this momentum right here is something to take note of, that we should expect this level to get broken. So with that in mind, we're expecting this level to get broken for AUD JPY to pull up to where we have this resistance at the yellow resistance at 88.71. All right. So coming to the daily candle, we also see the momentum is in play. So right now, the daily, we expect to pull up a little bit more to the resistance level, but it's currently approaching the resistance level on the daily. So this is going to be the daily resistance as price is currently sitting right there. So now we should expect more pullback since we are seeing this. We are already seeing this pair sitting at the daily resistance. So we should expect more pullback before the next move to the upside. And 80% assurance is what we have, that this level is going to get broken to the upside. So wait for the pullback on lower time from H1, then catch your trade to the upside and catch your first profit at this blue resistance, which is at 85.10. And if that level get broken, then we'll move up to the yellow resistance as the weekly target. So AUD JPY, this is also a good trade to look out for a buy. Look out for a buy on AUD JPY. CAD JPY, this is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. It's currently buy bias. So coming to the weekly candle, we see the weekly candle, you see the momentum is also on this pair, just like we've seen on AUD/JPY. So right now we are seeing this level, this sitting at, it has currently broken a major supply right here. It has broken the major weekly supply right here, as you can see right around this place. It has broken it. So this is a double assurance that we should expect more upside on this pair, because last week we also analyzed that this pair was going to come up to this, where we have this resistance. Now you can see it has already broken the resistance, so it's definitely going to keep pushing up to the next resistance. So the next resistance we can see right here for the weekly. We see nothing is going to stop this pair from pulling up to this yellow resistance right here. Nothing is going to stop it from pulling up, but obviously this may not take 1-2 weeks for price to get there, depending on how fast price is going to move. It's going to take probably 3 weeks. So let's look out for some little profit right in there. So coming to the daily. All right, so for this week we should look out for our weekly target between the mid yellow resistance at 96.49. okay. So coming into the daily, we also see this has some momentum to pull up some more. All right, so our daily target is going to be at this blue resistance. Okay, so we wait for the pullback to happen. We've seen the pullback happening, happened already, and the cross is about to happen. So if the cross should happen to the upside once market opens, then it's going to be a good trade. Otherwise, wait for more pullback. Okay, you may wait for more pullback or take your trade as the cross happen. All right, so CAD/JPY is also a good one to look out for a buy. So, and this is going to be the first take profit, while the mid yellow right here, the mid yellow resistance, is going to be the next profit. Okay, but our overall target for this is going to be at the top yellow resistance, so which is going to be a long way to go to the upside. So CAD/JPY, a very good trade to also look out for a buy. So look out for a buy on CAD/JPY. CAD/Swiss franc. CAD/Swiss franc, we see this is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. Okay, but the weekly candle, we see this is current, this close in green, but currently sitting at a major resistance. So with this, we may see some pullback on lower time frame. But if this level get broken, our weekly target for CAD/Swiss franc is seen at this yellow resistance at 0.7645. Okay, that is where we expect the weekly CAD/Swiss franc to pull up to if this current blue resistance get broken. Okay, so the daily candle, we also see this close in green. All right, but not so LD. But we may see this based on the previous day's candle. We see this as presented us with some bullish engulfing, which gives us a more signal that we should expect the this level to get broken. Okay, so with that in mind, coming into our entry time frame, we've seen the pullback. Once the cross happens, take your trade to the upside. All right, and you may take your profit targeting this yellow resistance as our profit, or because once the cross happen on lower time frame to be very close to this, so you may take your profit at the yellow resistance. CAD/Swiss franc, look for a buy. CAD/Swiss franc. Swiss franc JPY. Swiss franc JPY is currently buy bias right now according to H1 and 4. Coming into the weekly time frame, we've seen this close with a massive momentum to the upside, a massive green candle to the upside. So with that in mind, we've seen a major resistance being broken right here as candle has closed above this level. So we should expect more upside on this pair. All right, So we should expect Swiss franc JPY to pull up to the yellow resistance at 129.33. All right, that may take 2 or 3 weeks for price to get to that destination, but if this type of momentum continues, then it's not going to take more than 2 weeks for price to get in there. Okay, but let's wait and see what price is going to present. So coming to the daily, we see the daily candle also with huge momentum to the upside. So in between, we cannot find any resistance right here, except we want to take some profit between the blue and the yellow resistance. All right, so guys, this is also a good trade to look out for, a good trade. So obviously wait for a pullback right on the Swiss franc JPY, wait for it to drop down towards the blue support right now, then push up, take your trade as it's pushing up. This is obviously going to be a good trade, guys, so don't sleep on it. Swiss franc JPY, look for a buy on Swiss franc JPY. Euro AUD is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. We also analyzed that this pair was going to fall last week, and it did exactly what we predicted. Almost all the Euro pairs, JPY pairs, as we forecasted last week, played out exactly what we pinpointed, and a lot of them did what we analyzed last week. So Euro AUD is currently, we analyzed last week that Euro AUD should drop down to this support. You can see it did just that. So coming to the weekly time frame, we see Euro AUD close with huge candle to this downside. So this gives us more assurance that we should expect this level to get broken for price to drop down to the yellow support at 1.54 to 1.5412. 1.5412. 1.5412. That is the weekly target for this. So coming to the daily candle, we see the daily candle also closed in red, and the previous day candle gives us a nice move, that a nice candle that we should expect more downside on this. Okay, so with that in mind, we should expect this support to get broken for price to respect what the weekly is talking about. So coming to our entry time frame, let's wait for this pullback. Okay, wait for this pullback, or you take your trade once the cross happen. As we are seeing, the cross is about to happen. It's either you take your trade the moment the cross happen, or wait for the pullback to happen, then take your trade to the downside. And our target is going to be towards the weekly target, the yellow support at 1.5412. So Euro AUD, this is a good trade to look out for a sell. Look out for a sell on Euro AUD. Euro card, this is currently sell bias. We also analyzed last week that this pair should drop, and it did excellently well last week, and a good trade, a good piece was cashed on this. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red rather. So, and it's currently close to the support based on what we analyzed last week. Okay, and now based on this momentum, we should expect this to break. But what is going to happen in the next 1 or 2 days, once market opens, is going to determine what we should look out for. But obviously, if this level get broken, we should expect Euro card to drop more to this level, to drop more to the yellow support at 1.3795. All right, but we need to be mindful of this strong support right now. Okay, so coming to the daily candle, we see this close in red. Okay, but this is not the LD candle. So as you can see, price is slowing down as it is sitting right at the support. So we should be careful with this as well. So Let's wait and see. The cross is about to happen. If the cross will happen, obviously it's going to be a more sell. Then you take your first profit before this blue support, all right? And if this level get broken, we are heading down to the yellow support, okay? This is also a good trade to look out for a sell because CAD is still strong, okay? So we should expect this level as well. We are expecting this level to get broken, but we are going to see how price is going to play out. So Euro CAD, look for a sell. This is a good trade. We will also look out for to sell. So the next one we'll talk about is Euro Swiss franc. Based on H1 and 4, we can see Euro Swiss franc is still dropping. So on the weekly candle, we see this close in red, okay, but this does not have, it's not as healthy as we were expecting it to be, okay, because this is close to the support. But right now, if this level get broken, this blue support get broken, our weekly target is going to be the yellow support at 1.0595 because we've seen the candle close in red. So we'll see how that is going to present itself to us. So coming to the daily candle, we see this close with a shooting star, but with a green body. So I'll just say this is a rejection. So this rejection may give us more downside towards the blue support, okay? Towards the blue support at 1.0662. So coming into the entry time frame, we've seen the cross happened already, okay? So we want to wait for some pullback. This is not so great. We want to wait for some pullback, and if the cross will happen to the downside, then we take it according to this structure. But be mindful, if the yellow and blue crosses to the upside, then crosses to the upside of the red moving average, then the signal is invalidated. So be careful. So follow this structure as I have placed it right here. So Euro Swiss franc, look for a sell, but it's not so great, guys. That pair is not so great, so be careful. So Euro GBP is the next pair I want to take a look at. Euro GBP, according to H1 and 4, okay, this we do not have a trade right here. Okay, looking at Euro USD, sorry about that. Euro GBP, according to H1 and 4, Euro GBP is currently sell bias. This tells us that we should expect more downside on Euro since GBP is stronger. So coming to the weekly time frame, last week we analyzed that we expect Euro GBP to drop down to this, to at least touch the support right here. And our weekly target, based on what we analyzed last week, is at this yellow support. And exactly price is doing that, is heading to that weekly target. We made mention last week that price may not get here until after 3 weeks or thereabouts. And now you can see price has broken the major daily support and is heading to the weekly support. So next week, our weekly target right now for this is still remains the same as the yellow support at 0.8280. All right, because we see the candle close in red with a good red candle. So coming into the daily, our daily target for last week is at this level, and price did that, came into it already. This was our first profit, and price did it, and is heading down already. So coming into our entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback to happen. All right, and if the pullback does not happen and the continuation happen based on stochastic, it's going to be a good trade to look out for a sell, guys. Okay, Euro GBP is a good one to look out for a sell. Look out for a sell on Euro GBP. Euro JPY is the next pair I want to talk about. Euro JPY is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. All right. So coming into the weekly time frame, we see this close in a massive momentum candle as I have recognized it without much tail. So with this, we should expect Euro JPY to pull up to the yellow resistance at 134.05. All right, that is going to be the weekly target for Euro JPY. So coming into the daily, we see this also close in massive green candles, but this is currently sitting at a daily resistance. So with that in mind, we should expect some pullback on lower time frame. Some pullback. Let's expect a pullback right here on our entry time frame. Then take your first profit once this are the blue resistance. Okay, take your first profit at the blue resistance. As if that level get broken, then we are moving higher to the yellow resistance. This is going to be a good trade to look out for a buy. Euro JPY, look out for a buy. Euro NZD, we currently see this has a good momentum to the downside based on H1 and 4. So coming into the weekly time frame, we see this close with bearish momentum candle. Well, I personally call it bearish momentum candle because it does not have tail. So this gives us double assurance that we should expect more downside. Okay, we should expect this level to get broken. Okay, 85% assurance that this level is going to get broken to the downside. So we're expecting Euro NZD to pull down to the yellow support at 1.5496. Okay, so coming into the daily, we also see the daily candle also close in red with a massive momentum candle to the downside. Double assurance that we should expect more downside on this. All right, so the daily target for this is located at this support right here, this blue support, which is at 1.6322. All right, so that's going to be our daily target. So if that level get broken, we are heading to the yellow support. So on the entry time frame, obviously ensure you wait for this pullback to happen. All right, then catch your sell trade to the downside, and your first profit should be at this blue support. And if that level get broken, then we are heading to the yellow support. Euro NZD is going to be a good trade to look out for, guys. Look out for that. Euro NZD, look for a sell. GBP USD is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. So coming to the weekly time frame, we see this close in green. Okay, so we should expect more upside on this pair towards the yellow resistance at 1.3904. All right, so that's going to be the weekly target. All right, so now the daily candle, we see this close in green, but this is currently sitting at a daily resistance. So with that in mind, we should expect some pullback before price should continue to the upside. So right now it's already pulling back. So let's wait for the pullback to happen. Then catch your buy entry to the upside. And this high right here should be your first profit at 1.3769. And if that level get broken, then let's move up to the yellow resistance. This is going to be a good trade to look out for because USD is currently weak across board right now, and based on what the CFD is telling us, USD is currently weak on a big time frame pullback. So right now, GU expect a good trade to the upside. Look out for a buy on GBP USD. GBP JPY. GBP JPY is currently buy bias. Okay. And right now, the same structure we've seen on JPY is what we are seeing on GBP JPY right now. So GBP JPY has currently broken a major resistance on the weekly. So nothing is going to stop it from pulling up to this yellow resistance at 163.85. Nothing is going to stop price from getting here. So this is going to be our weekly target at 163.85. So the daily candle, we also see this close in green. So, and we've also seen the level has been broken right here as well. So we should expect more upside. So wait for the pullback to happen on lower time frame. This is going to be our entry time frame. Then catch your buy entry to the upside. All right. So, and our target is going to be towards the yellow resistance. Okay. So GBP JPY, a good trade to also look out for, guys. You don't want to sleep on this type of good setup, guys. So GBP JPY, look out for a buy, a buy. All right, look out for a buy on GBP JPY. Okay, G share, GBP Swiss franc is currently bias right now according to H1 and 4. Okay, so coming into the weekly time frame, we see the candle, the weekly candle closed in green last Friday. So, but this is currently sitting at a supply, but nevertheless, we still expect more upside to this, to the yellow resistance at 1.2809. Right, so the daily candle, we see this close in green, okay, with some momentum to the upside, but we see this is currently sitting at a resistance, okay, but we expect this to also pull up to this place, as we have seen this pair has been ranging for several days, for several weeks and months. It has been ranging, so we expect it to go back to the top of the range right here before more drop can happen, or either price should break up or come back to the downside. So with this in mind, we see the momentum is in play on lower time frame. So right now the pullback has happened. Let's wait. If the cross should happen to the upside, take your trade and take part of your profit at this blue resistance. And if that level get broken, our weekly target is towards the yellow resistance, okay, which is at 1.2809. So G-Chef, GBP Swiss franc, look for a buy. Look for a buy. The next one we'll talk about is NZD-USD. NZD-USD is currently bias according to H1 and 4. Okay, so the weekly candle, we see this close with bullish momentum candle. I recognize all type of candles without tail as bullish momentum or bearish momentum. So right now, the weekly candle on NZD-USD has presented a bullish momentum candle. So we expect this to, at least nothing should stop this to pull up to the yellow resistance at 0.7162. All right, nothing should stop this pair to pull up to that level. So coming into the daily time frame, we see this is currently sitting at the daily resistance, okay, and we also see the candle close in green. So we should expect more upside on this. So let's pull up to the lower time frame. We should expect a pullback right here, okay, and take your trade. Take your buy entry to the upside. All right, so this is going to be a good trade to look out for a buy. NZD-USD, look out for a buy, and this is going to be the first target, the blue resistance, and the yellow is going to be the overall weekly targets. All right, NZD-USD, this is a good trade to also look out for a buy. NJ is currently has good momentum to the upside, as you can see. H1 and 4 is currently bias. So the weekly candle, we see this close with a bullish momentum candle. So we should expect this pair to keep pushing up, okay? And based on what the monthly is telling us, we should expect a lot of momentum to the upside on this candle, or on this pair rather. So the weekly, we expect this to at least pull up to the yellow resistance at 83.63 during this coming weeks, and price is obviously most likely going to get to that level. Nothing should stop it. So on the daily candle, we also see this close with our bullish momentum candle, so we should expect this to keep pushing up. Okay, and our daily target is seen at this blue resistance at 81.67. all right, so that's going to be our daily target. So wait for the pullback to happen on the entry time frame, then catch your buy entry to the upside. So this is going to be a good trade for you to look out for a buy and take your first profit at this blue resistance. And if that level get broken, the yellow resistance is the overall weekly target. So NZD-JPY, this is also going to be a good trade to monitor, to look out for a buy. NZD Swiss franc, H1 and 4 says this is pushing to the upside. Okay, so the weekly candle, we see this close in a bullish engulfing candlestick and also presented itself as a bullish momentum candlestick. So right now, we should expect this level to get broken, okay? But this is currently sitting at a resistance, the daily resistance. So we expect this to pull up, to give us a complete move of this leg, okay, okay, as you can see right now, we expect the same move to happen right now. So the weekly target for NZD Swiss franc is seen at 0.6732. That's going to be our weekly target, and we are optimistic price will get there, but this may not take 1 week, may take 2 weeks or more for price to get to that level. So we'll see how fast price is going to move. So the daily candle, we see this close in green also. So it's still here to touch the daily resistance. So we should expect this pair to push up some more. So on our entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback, or we take the continuation to the upside. So if you want to learn more about the continuation, please make sure you watch this video till the end and check those videos that explain more about how to pick a trade with this strategy. All right, so NZD Swiss franc, this is going to be a good trade to look out for as well. All right, the next pair I want to look at is USD CAD. USD CAD is currently sell bias. So right, and we also last week we also forecasted that this pair should pull down, and it did excellently well this previous week. So this week this previous week closed with red candle, so we expect more downside on this pair to come to this yellow support at 1.2057 1.2057 at this yellow support. Okay, so the daily candle, we also see this close in red, but price is slowing down, but you expect this to pull down to this blue support at 1.2282. So that's going to be our daily support. So coming into our entry time frame, we've seen the pullback has happened already, and the cross is already happening. So if price market opens up and we see this, the cross happen, it's we good to take your trade without market gap. All right, take note of the market gap and take your first profit at this blue support at 1.2282. And if that level get broken, we are heading to the yellow support, which is going to be the weekly target. So USD CAD, this is a good trade to look out for a sell. So USD Swiss franc, we see this is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red. All right, so we should expect more downside. So the weekly target for this is price to drop down to this yellow support, but we're going to see how that is going to play out. So this, because this is slowing down already, so price may take a longer time to get to this level if price is ready to pull down to that level. So the daily candle, we see this close in green with some rejection. So we should expect this to pull down some more towards this blue support, I beg your pardon. So with that, this is obviously may not be a very good trade. It may not be a very good trade. So the cross has happened. So wait for market to open, take your trade, or you either wait for something like this. Wait for something like this before you take your trade. And if this you cross to the downside, it will be a good trade to take a sell and catch your profit before the blue support. All right. So USD Swiss franc may not be so great, but we expect to drop further due to the weakness of USD. Okay, so the weakness of USD may help USD Swiss franc to drop more to the blue support right here. Okay, so USD Swiss franc, look for a sell. The last pair I want to talk about right here is USD JPY. USD JPY is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. So coming into the weekly time frame, we see this close in the massive momentum bullish candle. So we should expect this to at least pull up. We are currently seeing this sitting at a major resistance, but the momentum on the candle is telling us that we should expect this blue resistance to get broken for price to pull up to the yellow resistance at 118.62. All right. So now coming into the daily, we see this is currently sitting at the resistance, but the daily candle also closed in green. So coming to our entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback to happen on our entry time frame. Then on its way up, it's going to be a good trade to pick for a buy. Then take your first profit at this level, and this level get broken, we are heading to the yellow resistance. Okay, so USD JPY, look out for a buy, but based on the fact that USD is currently weak, there may not be a good momentum on this pair during this coming week. There may not be a good momentum to the upside on this pair during this coming week, but according to this strategy and analysis, we see this is currently buy bias, so we should look out for a buy, but this is not a pair to rely on. So according to all of this, we've seen JPY is extremely weak. USD is also weak. Okay, so we want to capitalize on this. So a quick recap on all the pairs we have analyzed. AUD USD, look out for a buy. AUD Swiss franc, look out for a buy. AUD JPY, buy. CAD JPY, buy. CAD Swiss franc, buy. Swiss franc JPY, sell. Sorry, Swiss franc JPY, buy. Euro AUD, sell. Euro CAD, sell. Euro Swiss franc, sell. Euro GBP, sell. Euro JPY, buy. Euro NZD, sell. GBP USD, buy. GBP JPY, buy. GBP Swiss franc, buy. NZD USD, buy. NZD JPY, buy. NZD Swiss franc, buy. USD CAD, sell. USD Swiss franc, sell. USD JPY, buy. All right. So the strong pairs, as we can see based on this strategy, is that AUD is strong, CAD is strong, NZD is strong, GBP is strong, and the weak pairs we can see right now are JPY is weak, USD is weak, Euro is also weak, but Euro is not as weak as JPY and USD. Okay, so the pairs to focus on this week, guys, the pairs to focus on, I take it again, the pairs to focus on are JPY pairs are good. Okay, JPY pairs are the pairs you can focus on. USD pairs are also the pairs you can focus on. And Euro is also the pairs you can focus on. I hope this helps you guys. So for those of you who have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon. And don't forget to leave a like and share this with your loved ones. And every Sunday we are on Zoom giving out random topic, random training on the Forex. So if you really want to join us, there is our Telegram link down below. Make sure you click on it. Check the comment box below. You find our Telegram group. Make sure you join us on Telegram, and also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and be sure to subscribe and click a like. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I'll see you guys on the next one. I wish you guys success during this coming week. Bye bye for now. Have a lovely day and God bless.